Hello, guys. I am Ansel. Welcome back. This time we're going to discuss Detective Comics number 982, which means 982. So this is the beginning for a new era for the comic, because the previous run has just ended, and it was beautiful, was awesome, was great. I'm definitely getting it on paper form on trades. I loved it. So let's say that my expectations were a little high, because it's like, okay, now you have to follow that whole I'm gonna say saga, and I hope that the thing that you're going to follow it with is really good. The next era per se has not started yet, because this issue is like an interlude. It's in its own self-contained story, and but I have to say that it was really well done. It was like a small sequel and not the first one to the cult storyline of Batman and Robin way back in the 90s. We had a little like sequel with the Spirit of Deacon Blackfire not so long ago, but right now I don't remember in which book it was. But in here we have like another approach, another take on a possible small sequel story to that, to the cult. And I think this approach was really well done. It was done with respect to the original story. In this case, Deacon Blackfire has been dead for many years, because in that regard, Batman's story, let's say Batman's mythology, has not been really affected, has not been really been changed much since the New 52. So we can say that the cult happened at some point, and Deacon Blackfire died, and now he is a ghost. Although Batman himself says that he might not be a ghost, he might be some kind of a strange metahuman. So that is left ambiguous, and I like that, because it left a space for other writers to bring Blackfire back in some way if they wish it eventually. But in here, the way they treat Deacon Blackfire, as I was saying, it was with respect. It didn't go against the nature of the character, even though now he's a ghost, in comparison to the original cult storyline. And even his motivation, his way of doing things was very similar, but updated to this new ethereal form, and I think it was nicely done. The way Batman confronted him and fought and struggled against this particular plan, and the little army Blackfire had and gathered in there was really nice. It reminded me a lot of the style that Batman comics used to do back in the 90s, especially in the Legends of the Dark Knight line. And that's what really that's what I love the most, because it really took me back. It took me to those times. It took me to those years, and it made me feel like I was in that period of Batman comics, which I really loved, and I enjoyed that. So maybe let's say that this is cashing in on my nostalgic feeling, my nostalgia of that period. But I'm not gonna fight against it. I'm not gonna say that it's bad. I really enjoyed it. Even the art contributes to that. The art really looks like a Legend of the Dark Knight story. It looks like those a story from that time, and it really helped with the atmosphere that this story was setting up with the Deacon Blackfire thing and all his plans. So yeah, it was great. It really made me feel in a gothic environment of ghosts and plans and conspiracies, and a man going against it. So yeah, it was really awesome. Also, I want to talk about a particular scene where Batman is fighting against Blackfire's influence, and to bring himself back into action, to bring himself back together against this. I'm just gonna say influence, because I don't want to spoil it too much. Was really heart touching, at least for me, because it had to do with the Bat family, and it's always nice to see. I do believe that it's always nice to see Bruce thinking about his people, his Robins, Batgirl, and all the other people that surround him, and how they are an emotional support for him. So sometimes, I mean, I do believe that at this point it's rare to see that, but it is always lovely when it happens, and in here it happened, and it was lovely. So yeah, so I don't know. I still don't know because I mean it hasn't started, but I still don't know how the next era of Detective Comics is going to be after the last one that I really loved. But this issue, this interlude between the two eras, was really awesome. I loved it. So on the just maybe, and I have to admit, maybe it is from the nostalgia of things, but I have to give this 5 Blackfires out of 5. It really took me back to those times. It really took me back to the classic story against this uh, particular villain. So hey, what do you think about this issue? What do you think about the original, the Colt story? If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. So go check it out. And I guess I'll see you guys next time to the actual beginning of the new Detective Comics era that I hope it's good. And what am I missing? Oh yeah, click the like button, and most importantly, thank you a lot, guys, for watching.